Well, big gatherings like the big game can be serious triggers for people battling addiction, but it just takes one simple phone call to take that first step towards recovery. Here now from First Steps Recovery is Ali Molina, Director of Admissions for First Steps. So thanks for being here. All right, let's talk about, we just had a pretty big social gathering where everybody across the country celebrates. So does First Steps often see people calling for help for themselves or loved ones during this time of year after the big game?
Yeah, that's a really great question. So Super Bowl Sunday has kind of become a national holiday in sorts for Americans, with football being some of the favorite sports for people. And what we see is when we gather at these events, we get really excited maybe about the game or about just socializing with family and friends, and we overdo it. Right? We do a little too much. And Super Bowl Sunday statistically is the highest rates for call-ins for domestic violence. And the day after, we see that there are many, many call-outs sick to work. And so what that just says is there's a sense of being out of balance, maybe getting too excited, doing a little too much. And what do we do about that, like with our behaviors, right?
Yes, it's definitely a day where things can sort of get out of hand and you sort of lose all sense of boundaries and you sort of lose control a little bit. So if you get more calls, what are you hearing? Are people afraid of living a life of recovery? It's hard to think about the big game and not think about having a drink or having a cocktail or enjoying that time with some sort of alcoholic beverage.
Right, right. So, the fear really comes around changing in behaviors, not necessarily getting sober, right? So when people are calling, it's around, how did I get here? What have I done? We're in life, I think having a drink or two or more or using substances is really showing that we as humans are pain avoidant creatures, right? And so how do we numb that? So if you look at it, it's kind of an anesthetic for life, for any sort of emotional pain. So with addiction, once you've kind of traveled down this path, it's taken time to get where you are today. You didn't just wake up and become full-blown, drinking daily. And so what we'd like to do, if we're using like the sports analogy with the Super Bowl, it's get you back in the game. Right? It's easy to take yourself out, go to the locker room, say, that's enough, I'm done. But in sports, everyone has a coach, you have a teammate, you have the entire team, you've got the fans cheering you on, and that's a lot what we talk about in recovery. So, you can be fearful in calling or getting that start, but the reality is we'd like to create this support system that includes a therapist, the doctor, depending on what level of care you need. Sometimes people calling in, we would just refer that, hey, maybe we can give you some free resources of an AA meeting or an Al-Anon meeting. And then other times, maybe it's an outpatient programming where you can still go to work and function with your family, but also seek the treatment that you need. And sometimes it's, yeah, you really need a detox, a medical detox level of care, and maybe stay for a residential 30 days. It just is all about what's going on, but the whole picture here is it's easy to take yourself out of life, right? It's easy to just do those behaviors. And so we'd like to get you back on track with some skills and tools on how to change those behaviors.
Yes, and what I have heard from people in recovery is that it feels much better to be in control of the choices that you make and to not feel like you are powerless to whatever it is that you're addicted to. And so in recovery, it feels great to be able to make that choice every single day. So you mentioned having a team around you, which is so important. So what is First Steps Recovery message for families who are struggling or questioning if they are struggling?
Yeah, be passionate about your life. Stay in the game, right? Numbing out, using drugs or alcohol, avoidant behaviors, none of that is really serving you. It's hurting yourself, it's hurting your loved ones, and you really got to find that passion and the joy within yourself to live the life that you wanted to be living. So we're here to support you. We can give, like I said, the free resources in the local area, and also, help you come to First Steps.
And it just takes one phone call. So the phone number for everybody.
It's really easy to remember, 844-BIG-STEP.
All right, perfect. Ali Molina, an important message this time of year. Thank you so much.
Thank you.